This might just be my philosophy, but I think we're all creative. Like, I feel like that is kind of like beaten out of us, literally, metaphorically, as we get older. We're human beings. We need, our intellectual curiosity. We see things that are different and we're like, what is that? Why? It's the thing at the end of the day after we're done with all the headache and bad stuff that we can enjoy, like a movie or a book or music or what have you. My name's Gregory Dirr. I'm a visual artist. We're at Baca, Bailey Contemporary Arts, and I'm one of the artists in residence, and this is my studio. So a residency is something that a lot of people get, not just artists, writers get it, filmmakers get it, where you can go to a place and either you're there doing a mentorship, or you're leading classes, or you're just like here, you're working and you're being a working artist in whatever field that might be. I was born in Hialeah, so I've known about this place even when it wasn't Baca. When it first came out, I remember coming here and doing like live art and seeing the other residencies. I knew people who had them and I just liked it. I thought it was really cool and I've always wanted to do it. This so far, even though it's only a month in, has been like my favorite. I just like the facility, I like the group of artists that I'm with. I can do lots of stuff, but I'm not an expert at something like ceramics. I'd much rather like work with somebody who's really good at it and then add my thing that I'm good at to it, So I feel like it's really good at that, for like putting yourself outside of your comfort zone, even like with things that you have no idea about. As you can see, I'm all over the place. I also do music and like writing and conceptual things, but I feel all of them are equally as important, because when I get burnout on painting or sculpting, I'll have music, or I'll be able to like write or just do sketches. I try to use the like melancholy, like, I don't want to work today, push through that, and the really like, yeah, let's get there and paint today, They're both equally as important, I think. And I feel like you need a level of that lucidity to make something real, and then you just go in and fine tune it, but not too much. I want to see the human hand, but I also want it to be confusing. Like when you look at like an artifact in a museum, you know a person made it, but you can't imagine someone actually sitting there and physically making it. I feel like that's when it becomes a work of art, when it's just right there in that sweet spot. What I'm gonna really bring to the table, which I think is the big thing that separates me from most artists, not all of them, because some of them do the same thing, is recycling. Now, at first I did that out of a necessity, right? And then eventually over time it became what I think makes my aesthetic and what makes my art look good. And so it went from something that I needed to something that's actually really awesome. And I kind of want to let other people know that, especially really young people, like little kids, that just because it's high art doesn't mean that you need high art materials. If you define what it is and you know it, nobody's gonna be able to tell you what it is. Right when you start explaining it, you're saying this is what it is, and then instantly it's as if you've unlocked that part of their brain. They're like, oh my God, yeah, that's totally it. So I would say that to anybody, like my younger self, know what you're gonna do. And even if like not knowing what you're gonna do is your thing, then know that. You have to be very certain about what you're doing and putting down there, because everything you do is meaningful, whether you want it to be or not, and whether you're aware of that. So I'd say control the narrative.